Hi, I am Sofia Nicolini, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I am happy to be joined by Sofia Nicolini. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good, thank you. I know we were just talking a bit before, but I'm so excited to be chatting with you all about Diaries and Isabel. But before we talk about the show, what can you share about your background in the arts and when you knew you had a love for performing?
I actually always dreamed of being an actress. I remember when I was a child, I loved performing my favorite actresses in front of like the mirror of my bedroom. So I asked my mom to enroll me to a real acting school in Rome, and luckily she did it. I really enjoyed attending the acting classes, so I signed up to our talent agency. And I think it all started from then. I started going to the castings, and I knew that I wanted to do this in my life.
You mentioned like from a young age, who were some of your favorite actresses or actors growing up?
I actually love Anne Hathaway, Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, Russell Crowe, Brad Pitt, DiCaprio. I love everyone. I think that the cinema is like an amazing world.
I'm sure you loved going to the theaters when you were younger,
Yeah,
getting
I
to
love
watch
it. I love
the
it.
next new movie. Outside of acting, what are some of your hobbies?
I'm really an active person, so I like doing a lot of things. I like listening to music, going to the cinema, reading, traveling, going to the gym, staying with my friends, swimming. I like doing a lot of things.
It's nice to kind of stay busy. And I'm sure, especially over the last couple of years as well,
Yeah,
maybe you've gotten to pick up some of those hobbies as new ones
yeah,
or also spend time with family, I'm sure.
yeah. I love my family. I love spending time with them.
And were they always really supportive of you wanting to do a career in the arts?
Yeah, I think that like my family is my biggest fan. They always told me you need to do what makes you happy. And when they knew that I loved the cinema and that I wanted to do this, they were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna support you everywhere you're going to." So I'm so lucky. I think I'm so lucky.
That's so nice. And I know I think it was your mom was on set with you a lot for for Diaries, so you got to
She was,
experience that together.
yeah. She was like always on the backstage, and she was like supporting me. She was giving me my lunch. I think she's like my biggest fan. Yeah.
What can you share about your audition process for Diaries and what were you told early on about Isabel?
My audition process for Diaries was like my real first casting. So I was excited, but I was frightened at the same time because I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I had to do. So the process was really long. I remember I was like, told my mom, it's like the fifth time we're going to this casting. They're never going to take me. I'm never going to take the role. So I don't think I'm good enough. And lucky I was wrong. When they told me I took the role, I was like shocked. I didn't expect that at all. I just knew that my character was a basketball player because they always told me like, can you play basketball? And I was like, no, I can't. I never did it. I don't know anything about it. And I was really excited and frightened even when I went to the set for the first time.
So when you did the audition process, did you have to do a lot of like scene reads with maybe some of the other actors as the other characters?
The first actor that I saw on the process of Diaries was Viaggio for Daniele, and we had like this scene together. And I remember I had this sensation that I will see him again, and this is what happened. And we had to do a lot of scenes that after our audition process went on the screen. So it was really really funny, but really I was really scared because it was like the cinema is like this big world, and you don't know, it's so far from us. So I was like I don't know, I'm never gonna take the role, and the cinema is like scary. I was scared.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you got the role and then you kind of conquered your fears by going into this first big project. Now, talking about your character, what did you enjoy about playing Isabel and her qualities and what challenged you with her?
I'm really, really close to Isabel, to her, temperamentally speaking, because she's like outgoing, determined, she is confident. So I'm really close to her. But the real challenge was, of course, to learn these basic things about basketball because I never did it. And I remember we were like training before the set, and I was like a totally disaster. So I was like, the result is going to be horrible on the screen. It's going to be horrible, but at the end, it really looked good. And even the basketball scenes were amazing. I love them.
What was your favorite scene to be a part of and why?
In general, my favorite scene, I think, is like Livia and Isabel's scene in the 6th episode after the kiss between Isabel and Lamberto. It was like our last scene of the set, so we were really sad, but we were happy at the same time. I had like this amazing friendship with Flavia, and I think that this is like our scene. You can see all of the love we feel for each other. And it's also very important for Isabel's character because we can see how she understands that the first kiss wasn't that important and that she could like relax and not feeling under the pressure of growing. It isn't that important.
That was a good scene between the two of you. They just have really good chemistry as friends. Isabel's scenes with Claire were such a joy to watch. How would you describe their relationship dynamics and what was it like working with Yassine?
Yassine is such like an amazing child. I love her. She's so funny. She's so smart. And I remember that every time we needed to do a scene, we were talking so much. It was like her mom on the set. She was amazing. She always cuddled me. She was like, I love her. And I think she's going to have like an amazing career because she's so smart for her age.
So I just like Isabel's line when she says, I would never let a boy tell me how to do my hair. I thought that was an important message.
Yes, like Isabel's character is so feminist like me. I'm totally close to her. And I love the fact that she teaches us that you never have to do what a man tells you to do.
Exactly. Now, Isabel, she really wants kind of two things at the beginning, independence and her first kiss. And that can affect her focus and her judgment as we see at the basketball game. Why are these two things so important to her?
I just think that she feels the pressure of her peers, like Livia had her first kiss, everyone had it, and she was like, she felt alone. But what her character teaches us is that you never have to do something just because the other people are doing it. You need to do what you have to do when you feel ready. And after the kiss with Lamberto, that she did it just because she wanted to give her first kiss, not because she really liked Lamberto. She understands this, and for the rest of the season, and maybe in the season 2, I think she will be more relaxed, more confident.
Do you think there's a bit of maybe like regret or sadness she feels having that been her first experience after the fact?
I think that she regrets it a little bit because, you know, she understands that it might be an amazing memories, and she just threw it out like this just because she wanted to do it. So I think she regrets it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. Like these characters are kind of learning as they go along. They're still young. Now, Isabel likes Daniele early on, and she is a bit hurt when he doesn't share those romantic feelings, but she's understanding after he tells her that he likes guys. Why do you think that Isabel and Daniele get along so well?
Because they first above are friends, and then she asks him to date her. So first of all, they love each other as a friend, and I think she's really mature for her age. So when Daniele does this coming out, she understands everything, and she's like he's a supporting friend, her comfort character, and I love their friendship. Also, my friendship with Biagio as actors is amazing. So we're really close to Isabel and Daniele.
You mentioned meeting Biagio early on in the casting process. So after you met, did you kind of keep in touch before you were cast, or were you like, I don't want to jinx anything happening, or did you like exchange numbers?
Before doing the audition process, of course, I didn't know even his name. I was like, I had this sensation that I will see it again, but I never did it. So I never asked his name, his phone number. So when I saw it, this amazing friendship was born. I love our friendship.
Yeah, it must have been such a nice, happy surprise seeing him at like the cast read for the very first
really
time.
Nice to see you again. Yeah.
The progression of the basketball team was one of my favorites. You mentioned additional like training and practice. We heard about this from some of the other actors we spoke with. So what were those like for you kind of going into basketball as a new player?
I was scared because I didn't know anything about basketball, but first of all, I knew my basketball team because I arrived at the training for the set, and they were like so good. Like the boys were amazing, and I was like a total disaster. So I didn't know how to do how to talk to them because I was like alone and they were doing all this touchdown everything. So after that, we really, I think our friendship was born after the training of basketball, like on the set. We did like this week of training and then we went on the set. And the basketball team friendship was born actually on the set.
Would you say after the show, after training, you feel comfortable playing basketball now? Yeah.
Yeah. Now I think I tried it and on the screen it looked amazing. So now I can do a lot of things, basic things, of course.
Maybe not dunking the ball all the time, but maybe once every few times.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I will say that in the show, Isabel, she did make a really good team captain when Pietro made her captain for a period of time. So hopefully you'll get to practice those skills more. But in episode 14, like describe the emotions when 2D came together to celebrate the team's win. It was something very special.
It was something very special because we were our relationship, our friendship was born a few weeks before our celebration. So I think that the celebration for the winning of our class, our team, was really real. We really were happy because it was like if we really won that thing, and I think that our relationship, our friendship, we can see our friendship on that celebration. Like we are really happy, we really love each other.
Now, episode 15, Isabel asks Michele out on a date. Take me through that decision and why she felt comfortable doing so.
I think that Isabel is like that comfort character, so she's really confident. After the kiss with Lamberto, she regrets it. So I don't think she really likes Michele. We don't know it yet, but she feels like maybe she can try with him. And so I really love the fact that she asked him on a date, even if she never talked to him during the first season. And I love also his reaction, like he's so happy. It was amazing. We really had a lot of fun during that scene.
Yeah, his character is so sweet to her, and I would love to see something work out there, but like you mentioned, the fact that Isabel took action and she took the initiative to ask him was, I think, a really nice thing. Now, as a viewer, which was your favorite scene like that Isabel was not in, and why?
Maybe I will say that scene between the kiss of Mirko and Daniele, because it has my heart. I've seen it from the backstage, and then I saw it on the screen, and I suddenly thought when I saw it on the backstage that it was like the most emotional scene of our series. And when I saw it on the screen, I was like, yeah, I was right. It's really emotional, and they were amazing. They were really amazing.
In terms of other relationships, I loved watching Isabel and Monica's friendship through the season because it was tested, and early on Isabel feels like they're growing apart. So tell me, like, what do you think that Livia and Daniele provide for Isabel that makes her want to spend more time with them instead of Monica?
I think that Monica and Isabel are really opposite. So we can see as they grow that they develop different interests. And there's a point of the story in which Isabel feels more comfortable talking and spending time with Livia and Daniele. But what Isabel and Monica's character teach us is that if you love someone, you can fight every kind of trouble and you may find a common ground. And because they really love each other, so they can't just throw up their friendship because they are growing.
And I think it's always nice to expand the friend group like Isabel wants to do. And episode 8, take me through that emotional scene in the washroom with Monica and Isabel and them making up and realizing the importance of each other.
That scene is like so emotional, and it was really hard to record actually because we had a lot to do it a lot of times, and you cannot cry like 50 times. But it actually, they took in the first clip of our recording, and it was like the most emotional clip of all the one that we recorded. So Monica Federica was amazing. She cried a lot, and I really loved the fact that our hug in that scene was really real. We really hugged. I really wanted to make her happy because she was really crying, and I really wanted to hug her. So that scene is, it's a scene, it's acting, but there is a lot of Sofia and Federica, not just Monica and Isabel.
So what was it like kind of getting to share those scenes with her? Because like you mentioned, you did build a true friendship.
It was amazing because we did it really spontaneously. We were really having fun, and we became so close during the set. And Monica and Isabel's scene was really fun for us. We really had a great time together.
And then sharing the friendship necklaces. I thought that Isabel was such a good gift giver because there was the friendship necklaces, there was the basketball keychain. I'm excited to see what else she pulls out to give to her friends in the future. Now, if you are renewed for a season 2, what might you like to see from Isabel and her story?
I would like to see that Isabel feels more comfortable with her feelings, so she doesn't feel more the pressure of her peers, of the society. She just does what she wants to do. And maybe in this way, listening to her heart and her feelings, she might be involved in some relationship. I don't know. I hope.
Obviously, another big one is what happens with Marina Piccola and the school that they were fighting for. In terms of like that final scene, did it feel very powerful for you, like with the students' first banner, looking down at the parents and the teachers?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun during that scene. We were really powerful. We were like laughing so hard, and there was like our class, and under all the parents, the prof. It was really amazing. I think that that scene, and also the music under that scene, it turns out really amazing on the screen. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a really good statement. And do you have any specific wish list items for any of the other characters and the storylines that you'd be interested in seeing?
I think that during the first season, we really fight every kind of trouble. Like Livia feels the pressure of her mother. So I hope that in the second season, she might feel a lot of freedom, and maybe she might have a relationship with Pietro. We really hope it. And also Daniele. Of course, I'm a fan of the couple Daniele and Mirko. So I really hope in the season 2 of the relationship. And in general, I really hope that in the second season we might feel more mature, more ready to start the teenage. So yeah.
Take me behind the scenes. What are some of your favorite memories when the cameras were not rolling?
The set was really amazing. I have a lot of amazing and funny memories. I would like sometimes to come back to that moments. Of course, I love when we all shared the lunch break. We were like having a lot of fun, laughing, talking, but also the time that someone was laughing during the scene, so we needed to stop it, and we were like doing it 50 times. Sometimes when I see the other of the cast, we were like, "Oh, do you remember that time we needed to stop that scene because you were laughing so hard?" And we repeated it 50 times. It was really, really fun. Every time when I came back home from the set, I was really exhausted, but I was happy.
Who do you think laughed the most on set and had to, for who broke their character the most? We want to know.
I will say myself, Viaggio, and Flavia. We were laughing so hard every time.
What's so funny? Is it just like being in that situation, being with each other?
Yeah, because like there is the silence and you need to do something. And sometimes even if we shouldn't talk, we were like talking, and someone out the cameras was like, "Shut up!" And we were laughing so hard. It was amazing.
This is what it's like working with children. You're like, "I'm sorry, I can't help it." So speaking about like the cast friendship, I know you've all become so close with each other. What is that friendship like today? Do you still see each other a lot?
I didn't expect at all that our cast will become like this amazing family. We see each other every time we can. This summer we went on holidays together. They're like my family. I love them so much. I never tell them this, but I'm so glad to have them in my life.
In terms of, I know you mentioned like you and Flavia have gotten really close. Do you have a lot of like the same hobbies and things like that?
Me and Flavia, we are like best friends. We listen to the same music. We go to the same parties. I'm like, for example, I always go to her house and I sleep with her. We had a lot of fun together. So me and Flavia, yeah, I will say that she's like my best friend. I love her.
That's so sweet. It's like when you come out of a show with a new sister, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the response to the show has been so positive. I know a lot of love out in Italy, and it's making its way around the world. And there are a number of fan accounts dedicated to the show and the cast like yourself. So what have been some things that you've seen, and what has that meant to you?
I really didn't expect at all this positive love. So when sometimes I open Instagram and I read all these messages from all over the world, people are like thanking our show because our show helped them to go to a trouble, to a problem. So I'm really happy, but I didn't expect at all this. I expected a lot of hate messages because, internet is full of haters, and it didn't happen. So I'm so happy.
Did it surprise you how many people started following the cast after the show dropped on TikTok?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really shocked when I saw all the people writing to me and making edits on me. I was like, wow. I didn't expect at all. TikTok is like a teenage place. You may find a lot of teenagers that have fun, but also on Instagram. I really didn't expect that social result. It was amazing. So I'm so proud of us.
Who is the cast member that is always like, we should do a TikTok together? Because there's so many with the cast together. So who is it? You? Is it another member of the cast?
I would say, without any doubt, Francesca and Viaggio. They like every time, we need to do a TikTok. We need to take a photo. We need to do a TikTok. I just have a lot of fun with them because they're like so much social active. I love them.
Yeah, I know Francesca, she did say that the best memories are ones where there aren't cameras, but obviously it is nice to kind of go and record something for the fans, right?
In general, we have a lot of memories together. Maybe we don't share them, but we have a lot of photos and videos. I love it. I love this.
And I think it is important to kind of keep those to yourself. You don't want to share everything, obviously. Social media is a big place, a lot of people. And I think recently, like, you have over 100,000 followers on Instagram, which is a big number.
Yeah. I was really surprised when I saw that number. I was like, my God, 100,000 people. They're like a lot.
In terms of music, like who are some of your favorite musicians that you're listening to on your playlist?
I actually listen to every kind of music, but I have to admit that I love the old style, like the Beatles, the Queen, Bob Marley is like my favorite singer, but also the Italian singers, for example, Fabrizio De André, Lucio Dalla, Pino Daniele, and also the pop modern music. I love Katy Perry, Taylor Swift. I love them. Billie Eilish.
What are some of like your favorite Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, those kind of songs?
Taylor Swift, I like Shake It Off. It's right,
classic.
Amazing. And Billie Eilish, I love When the Party's Over, which is like new. And every time I listen to it, I cry a lot. I really cry. I don't know why.
It's emotional music. It's relatable, for sure. And I know Tancredi was a big part of the show of Diaries. So was it cool getting to kind of meet him and get some maybe, I don't know, advice in the industry? He's obviously doing great things with the music side.
Yeah, Tancredi was like amazing. We had actually an amazing friendship with him. In the beginning, we were like, oh my gosh, he's famous because, for example, I saw it on the TV. So when I saw it like in real life, I was like, oh my God, like he's real. And then it actually became really part of our cast. I would say that he's like a character. He's like, and also he's an amazing guy. He's so, so nice and kind and sweet.
I have one more question for you, our signature question. If you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
That's a great question. Maybe I would say lemon, not just because it's my favorite ice cream flavor, like in general, but also because I consider myself like a strong person and a lot of people, maybe I might seem distant from first impression, but at the end, I'm such a sweet person. I really give the world to the people I love. And also the lemon is at the end such a sweet ice cream. So
that's such a wonderful answer to end things off. Thank you so much, Sofia, for taking the time
to chat. Thank you.
So make sure to catch Sofia in Diaries. Season 1 is out on Netflix. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.